Are you finally ready to step into center stage, take up the spotlight, and be seen? Today we're going to work on fame blocks. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Zach. I'm an energy healer. Basically what I do in these is I look at what are your subconscious patterns, I look at your energy blocks, I scan you, and then I start clearing that stuff out. So I'll explain to you how you got the block, where it started, how you're perpetuating it, and then I'll help you release it. All you have to do is really just come to these, listen, understand what I'm talking about, give me permission to clear it, and then your life is going to start changing. I've helped people in their startups, I've helped people in getting over a fear of flying, I've helped people with health stuff, I've helped people with a bunch of different things. If that's tough to believe, completely understand it. I actually support your skepticism. You shouldn't just trust some guy on the internet. But try it for yourself. If you try one of these and nothing happens, then you're right and you lost, 10 minutes of your time. If this actually works for you, then it's going to open up a whole new world and really accelerate you past some blocks that have probably been pretty frustrating. So today we're going to be working on fame. So fame, vulnerability, authenticity, stepping into the spotlight, all those kinds of things. If you've never done one of these before, they look a lot like a normal meditation, but they're really, really strong. I work on you on a frequency level. I clear out whatever those deep, energetic, subconscious, other than conscious blocks. I get to that stuff. I get to that core level stuff. So please don't listen to this while you're driving, because I've had a lot of people that have either gotten dizzy or tingly or hot or out of focus, and I don't want that to happen while you're driving. So make sure you're responsible there. So the way it works is I'm going to pop some numbers up on the screen now. Let your intuition guide you to select one of these numbers. So I'll give you a second to do that now. If you need more time, pause the video. And then one more thing, this is totally optional, but I have a grounding meditation that can really center you, get you into the moment so that you're ready to receive this. So if you're feeling a little frazzled or kind of your mind's racing fast, listen to this grounding meditation. It'll help you get really present in the moment, and that's going to make everything else work better. So if you've ever wanted to get a one-on-one reading with me, now's your chance. I have them up on my site. You can learn more about them if you follow this link. I'll put it in the description box down below as well. During those, we spend 20 minutes clearing just as many patterns as we can, focused on whatever outcome that you specifically want, whether that's your business, relationships, whatever. So if you've ever wanted to take advantage, now's the time. I'm just going to let you guys use the timestamps down below to go ahead and jump to your reading, and I'll see you there. All right. Hey, group one. Let's see what's up for you guys. Okay, so first thing I noticed for this group is you guys feel deeply hurt, wronged, almost betrayed. That recognition is owed to, it's really strong sadness and anger. It's strong. Yeah, I just want to say how dare you? That's the vibe of this. So for the majority of this group, this feels like a childhood thing. It feels just like there was a time where you had a need and you asked for it and then you got crickets. It's like you shut down. There's this psychological term for this, but it's basically when you're trying to punish someone through your own suffering. It's when a kid gets really mad, just crosses their arms, just goes, So that's funny because that reminds me of this little girl that me and my wife saw in the grocery store. We hear this little girl and she's crying, whining, that kind of thing. But her parents are just not paying too much attention or whatever. And they get over by the dairy aisle and then she looks at the yogurt. She goes, I want yogurt! And it's me and my wife look at each other whoa, okay. And then she goes around to the other side and then she gets over there by the incense and she's like, I want incense! And I'm she's gotta be 3. I mean, I'd be shocked if she even knew what incense was. But she had this, I want it! And that's the feeling that I have for this group. It's you guys have something, and since you didn't get your needs met, you weren't seen, you weren't able to be authentic, you weren't able to express yourself, you're just overcompensating, and then you're you have that like really intense energy, and it's working because you do get some attention, just like that girl in the supermarket, but it's not the kind of attention and recognition that you actually desire. It's just kind of like, this feels disrespectful to say, and it's not quite right, but it's like you're pouting your way to get attention, when what you really want is you want to like summon and command that attention. You still want to get it with that same level of like authority and like you're demanding it, you're commanding it, but you don't want to have to like slam your fists on the table to get your way, because then that's going to like, the only way that you're going to be able to summon that attention is through your anger or like extreme emotion. So just to recap, so you had a moment where all of that stuff got locked in for you, and then what you probably have done is you just shut down. So you're just like, fine, I don't need attention. You got very introverted, quiet. You like block off your throat, kind of like your energy just like comes down and in and down and in, and you're just like, fine, I'm just not playing the game. Recently, it's gotten to the point where you're like, no, I want yogurt. I want incense. I want the spotlight. So that's what you're moving into. So let me show you the new way of how this could work for you. Okay, so the new way for you to step into the spotlight is like through your natural grandness. So animals are really good at this. So any animal, it doesn't matter what type of animal it is, there's something that it has in its like presence, in its like innate grandness, that just like pulls your attention and commands your attention. And it doesn't matter if it's a lion or if it's a skunk. It's like either way you look at it, and it just draws your whole attention in. And that's just like, it's because it's being who it is at in such a strong way, where it doesn't need to like create disruption in order to gain attention to it. It's just like naturally magnetic. So that's for you, how we want it to work in the future is you're getting the attention without having to be dramatic or angry or whatever. Another way that you guys could do this is you can attach to causes. So like, you want the attention, you want the focus, and that's fine. But what you'll do is you'll go say, well, there's this problem. And then you get people looking at the problem and you go, see, that's such a big problem. And now you step into the spotlight. And then when that doesn't work, you try to bring another problem. You go, see, this is a big problem too. And then you're constantly having to bring like causes and stuff, when what you really want is you just want to like stand in your power, stand in your natural expression, and command attention. Like, it's like your authentic grandness. So if you're nodding along and going, yeah, okay, this makes sense. It's really important that you don't think of like anything bad that happened to you in the past as just like this error, and like you've just been living life with an error. So here's how the anger has been serving you. It takes a lot of self-worth to get angry. And also you do have to feel like a certain degree of safety in order to get angry. Like if you really feel super unsafe, like you'll just keep it down and you'll keep it to yourself. You have to have some level of safety and some level of self-worth to demand something. So that's how the anger has been serving you. It's been getting you ready, because you weren't ready to just like jump straight into that grandness. Hopefully that helps you come into a little bit more peace. It's just, this was like a stepping stone to get you to this point where now you're ready to like step into that grandness. So yeah, let's just start working on that. So if you'd like me to help you clear this, go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold at the top. Out through your mouth. Another breath in. Hold. Release. Go ahead, keep breathing at your own pace. And I'm going to start working on you. notice how much power you've discovered in yourself through this anger, this resentment, this how dare you. And just take a second to acknowledge the power that you have, that you've discovered inside of yourself. And just hang out with that for a second. Helping you disconnect from needing some other external thing to come and help you generate that power. It's going to be more like this internal rhythm that you have, and that's the power. Don't worry if this doesn't make too much sense. It's not really about the words, it's more about the vibe and the frequencies. Something that you can play around with. Next time you're in a space where you want to amplify the feeling, please only do this with like positive, helpful feelings. But imagine like a fence of golden light around the situation, or like almost like a snow globe. Like just imagine like the globe part of the snow globe. Just imagine it like gold shimmering light. Like if somebody's having a good experience and you want to amp that up, then play around with that. Just hold that fence. Don't try to change them, but use it kind of as like an amplifier of whatever they're already creating. So do it responsibly, but just like see that around people, and then just hold that really strong with the intention of amplifying whatever they are already sending. So yeah, please only do that when somebody is doing something that's helpful and good for themselves. But you can play around with that. Cool. So what's going to come after this for you guys, what to expect in the future. So as you let go of that old pattern of needing to either summon things or bang on external stuff in order to get that attention to yourself, no matter how cleverly you're doing that, in the future, it's going to be a lot more effortless. People are just going to gravitate and going to want to be around you just because they want to be around you. So you have to get to that place inside of yourself where you don't need to like grab these things. Like you'll have opportunities to grab them, but like after this, you won't feel the need to do that as much, and you'll just kind of be like chilling and relaxing, or just, I don't know, you're not going to be trying to get the attention, and then you're just going to like snap to it and be like, whoa, I've got the recognition and it's all here. So in that moment, just notice that you're summoning that attention in the right way, where it's just an extension of your natural grandness, where you're not having to do and move all these other things. Like you're just being yourself. It's a lot more internally generated. So that's what you can expect in the future. If you actually experience that, please feel free to comment down below. It helps other people that are going through this going, okay, is this stuff working? Is this stuff not working? Feel free to leave comments down below. I will check them and respond to as many as I can. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Later, group 1. Hey, group 2, let's see what's going on for you guys. So first thing I noticed for you guys is you're like really shy. It's like you want the attention, but you're like, yeah, I want it, but no, I don't. Like, It's like this push-pull thing. It's like you're flirting with the attention. Yeah, so for this group, it's like fear of authenticity, like fear of really letting people in. So a lot of really famous celebrities, they have this whole thing where they're very isolated and by themselves. Like I just saw this interview with Post Malone, and he was talking about how like, yeah, the way that you get a bunch of fame is you be completely by yourself and like learn music, and you get super introverted, and that's how you become like incredibly popular. Same thing with the Bob Dylan biopic Timothée Chalamet was in. Bob Dylan, that's where you want to get to. But you guys right now, you're like, I don't want to actually let them see me. I don't want to actually let them in, but I do want them to see me. It's like that push-pull tension. Let me see how this got started for you. Okay, so this one's split 2 ways. So one I see is like a block for most people. Not everyone, because it's group reading. But for most people, it's a block that you inherited from mom, where it's like, I want the attention, but I don't want the attention. If your mom is into like gossip or drama, or always is like in the know of like, ooh, this person had this thing happen, and that, ooh, that person had that thing happen, and they happen to like be on the periphery of that information, and they're just like, it's always around them. So that's one way that you could have learned this pattern. The other half of the group is there's just like this shame piece of like, if I let them in, ugh. It's like you'll lose your position. It's like you'll lose your current level of reputation if you let them in all the way. It's just like, oh, here, I'm showing the parts of myself that I know you'll accept. And like to show all of them, to really increase your internal feeling of safety by being perceived by like a lot more people. It's like, ooh, I have to let a lot more people in, and I have to let them in deeper. It's like, I don't know if they're going to accept that. So this is pretty standard stuff. Let me see if there's a common thread between the two. It's safer for you to be around someone in the spotlight than for you to just be completely in the spotlight. And it's also fun. It's really fun for you to be around it. So here's how you're perpetuating this. You have that mixed feeling about it. So part of you wants it, part of you doesn't want it. And until you have that part's conflict resolved, then it's going to be tough. So I want you to view it like this. So it's like those people that you see on social media, the hustle, grind, like that kind of person. Someone that is like so in love with talking about how productive they are, or how productive their morning routine is, or how, they're so enamored with showing you how hard they hustle rather than actually doing it. And at some point it like becomes total vanity, where it's like they're not actually grinding, they're just like making a video of themselves grinding to like create this image, and then you don't actually have to like face that of like, okay, I am doing this or I'm not doing this. It's like a lot of like virtue signaling. So that's how I want you to look at that whole thing of like, oh, I'm close to the fame, but I'm I want the fame, but I don't. I want the fame, but I don't. I'm grinding, but I'm not. I'm grinding, but I'm not. At a certain point, you're just BSing yourself. If you do want the fame, you step into that, and if you don't, that's okay too. But like you being in this limbo push-pull thing, that's what's messing you up and creating the frustration inside of yourself. Okay. The reason this pattern got started for you is you just wanted to keep a little bit of distance from this so you could feel it out. But you're probably here because you've spent enough time feeling it out. Now you can make a decision of, do I want this or do I want to step away from it? And so if you want this and you want to step into that fame and you want to get off the fence, then go ahead and listen to this next part and I'll start working on you. So just close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in. Hold at the top of your breath. Release through the mouth. Another breath in. Hold. Release. You keep that rhythm going, and I'll just start working on you. Helping you step out of that push-pull loop that you're stuck in. Okay. So moving forward for this group, one thing that you might have to work through a little bit is those people that were around you that were like also on the outside looking in at that level of fame, notoriety, popularity, whatever. As you jump into that, it's the same thing as you like, imagine you jumping into like a swimming pool and doing a cannonball. They'll react the same way, where they just like shield themselves from that and they turn away and they're like, oh, come on, don't get your fame all over us. I'm like, they'll turn away. So if you feel any like judgment, resistance, whatever from those people around you, you just might have to navigate that a little bit. One of the patterns that I help shift in you is by you doing that, then they stop hanging out at the edge of the pool, so to speak. They're either going to go like far away where they're out of the splash zone, where they're further away from that, or they are going to jump in too. And like then they'll be someone that's like going on that journey of self-discovery to open themselves, be more authentic, be more transparent, and like be willing to be perceived by a lot more people. So in the same way that in this, I'm kind of just nudging you into like, okay, you've had enough time to kind of feel it out. You don't have to do the push-pull thing. You can choose yes or no. You're going to be an embodiment of that too, where it's like those people around you are going to choose yes or no. Even though that serves them at like a deep, meaningful level, they might just be like, oh, come on, you're getting that all over me. Oh, I don't like that. And you just might have to deal with a little bit of that. But that's just, it's going to force them to make a decision too. And both are totally valid and totally fine. Like, people don't have to be the same as you. We're all on different paths, walking different journeys. You just have to accept that as a consequence for you moving forward with that. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you go through life and some of the situations, scenarios, dynamics that I talked about in this reading show up, please feel free to comment them down below. It helps everybody else that's going through this, and they go, oh my gosh, wow, that happened to me too. I'm not crazy. I guess this energy healing thing really is doing something, but it can be helpful to other people. So anyway, if you feel called, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll reply to everyone that I can. All right, thanks. Later, group 2. Hey, group 3. Let's see what's going on for you guys. The first word that I get is angelic. So it's like either you guys think that it's not pure for you to want fame. You're like spiritualizing yourself above it, or just that's making you feel conflicted. You're like, I want this thing, but also I don't need that thing. It feels impure to want fame. What you guys are focused on is like being more angelic. Like I could even feel my energy. Like I had to, when I was going to speak to you guys, I had to come from like a really enlightened place in order to communicate to you. Like I feel like if I just talk normal, it's too abrasive. So it's like, there's this huge attention to that. It's like, I don't know if fame is that. That's like your concern. So with this block, it's primarily going to be like a collective block. This is primarily like a religious block. I mean, pick your religion. I mean, there's wonderful things about religions, and there are also some things that are a little off course. So this feels just like a thing where it's like, it's kind of like the tall poppy syndrome. You know, whoever like stands up the most gets hit down. With this group, you guys, it just feels like if you want attention, if you want more followers, if you want whatever, it gets disqualified. And it's like, oh, that's just not pure. That's not a good thing to want. Like, you shouldn't care about that. That's not cool to want. That's not spiritual to want. Like, I should just be this behind the scenes ghost that doesn't intervene on anything. To which I'd challenge you, well then why bother incarnating in the first place? Why would that extremely spiritual, all-knowing part of you choose to incarnate and have the human experience if it didn't want to get in there, roll its sleeves up, and actually embrace the human experience? Which, in today's day and age, notoriety, fame, reputation, that's part of it. That's part of the deal. It's the same thing as being like, I'll incarnate, I just want to hear things. I mean, that's a little dramatic of an example, but every desire is valid. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, maybe I was a little off. So with this group, if you guys step into fame, it is a little impure because this is just a little off my map, but you have this thing where it's like, well, if I'm famous, all these other people are worse than me. They are lower than me. They're not on my level. So, okay, so now I understand. So it's going to be very hard for you to remain angelic if you're like, all these idiots follow me. Like, that's not how you want to feel about people that want to connect and be around you. Here's the intention behind that. The positive intention of that not super great pattern is then it protects you from a lot of the backlash or, you know, people coming at you saying, I disagree with you, you're off, like the haters and all that stuff. It provides like this layer of protection so that you can handle all that stuff. Right now you're hiding behind, it's just not spiritual, it's not enlightened of me to want that notoriety. And even if you're not religious, Just like look at the people that you love that are around you, the people that raised you, the groups that you're in. There was a lot of that going on. You can even broaden it to like, if people have ideas of this is right, this is wrong, like that is just another rendition of like religious narratives. The reason you have this pattern is because you're trying to preemptively protect yourself from like taking the haters' comments, taking the backlash, taking the amplification that fame can bring. You don't want to have to take that to heart. So what you're doing is you're going like, oh, if I were to get fame, then all these people are lower than me. But since I'm not accepting fame and reputation and all that stuff, I'm actually more spiritual. You're really just doing the same thing on the opposite side of the spectrum. It's like in Game of Thrones, there was the priest or whatever. He wasn't the Pope, but he was just like a normal priest, and then he would just like totally bag on anybody that wanted any attention, and then he used that to elevate his status. He was like, oh, I'm so dirty, and I'm in the prison, and I sleep here, and I'm doing all this stuff, and you shouldn't even care about all those things. Meanwhile, like through doing that, he's playing this highly political game to the point where he gets to be like a super high influence and basically controls everyone through that whole thing. So you're just going, fame's just impure. Could be religious or could be like from family oriented stuff. You had like siblings. You want this thing, but you're also trying to deny that you want this thing. And you're using like distorted spiritual reasons to justify that. So you just inherited this. This is just something that has just been conditioned into society for like hundreds and hundreds of years. So you've just inherited that. In the same way that you can inherit eye color, or you inherit height, or you inherit hair color, like you inherit these kinds of patterns. You're not like a clean slate that comes in. Okay, if you're ready to let go of this, go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose, and I'll start working on you. Out through the mouth. Another breath in. Hold. Release. You keep breathing, and I'll just work on you. Pick whatever spiritual leader you like, whether it's Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and like they're the best-selling authors of all time. Like their PR team really got it done, and like look at how they used fame. I just want to help you clear out this thing where other people guilt trip or shame you or whatever to stop you from wanting that, because they're just afraid that if you take that, then you're going to take away from them. But it's false. It's not like there's a limited number of like connection that you can have when you're with a group and you see someone really, really deeply, and they connect more with you. And then you see another if you're in a group and everyone sees each other deeply, like all of your notoriety and your fame and your connection, that all grows. You're not taking away from anyone. You've just like let other people's fears get in and like control you. Like you're thinking that there's a zero sum. It's the same thing as going like, oh, if I breathe in too much, like I'm gonna take all the oxygen from everyone. It's like there's plenty. There's plenty to go around. And you holding your breath can't really affect somebody else's lungs. That's a new way. That's a new way of seeing it. So I'm just gonna like work on installing that. So I'm gonna go back to being quiet. Okay, so for this group, moving forward, I want you to think of fame as connection. Think the more that you connect and the more willing you are to see someone, to acknowledge them, then that energy is going to be reverberated back to you. That will help you get over that whole zero sum thing. You'll start seeing, oh wow, when I see somebody and I acknowledge them, then naturally they become like really interested in me. So the way that you're going to go about getting fame, whatever that means for you, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be like #1 movie star in the world. But if you do become that, please comment down below and share that story with me. But it just means the right amount of fame you'll start being more compatible with that. You may have other patterns and stuff. Like one thing I noticed for this group is you got some money stuff that goes kind of hand in hand with the religious programming. So listen to some of my other energy clearings on those. But just view fame as this extension of how connected and transparent and authentic you're willing to be and you're willing to be seen as. And that'll be the right way for you to move forward. All right, group 3, that's going to do it for today's reading. If you want to, you can go back to the meditation part and just hang out in that vibe, and then you'll just kind of like start generating that on your own. That might be really good for you. And if you like today's reading, please give me a thumbs up, comment down below, share your experiences with us, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Later, group 3. Hey, group 4, let's see what's going on for you guys. You guys seem good. Like, if you're here, you guys just want to be accelerated. You're already on track. You're moving in the right way. Feels clear. You just came here for like just more momentum. You're going about fame in the right way. It feels very clean. It feels like peaceful. If anything, you're just like, can you help me stabilize a little bit more so that I can handle the momentum and amplification? But like, you guys are already like centered. You know, you guys honestly don't even need to listen to this unless you want to. Yeah, if anything, I just want to acknowledge you guys for like, however you've gotten to this state and like this approach to fame or followers or growth, popularity, whatever. You've done it in a really cool way. And like, it's showing, like, I want to learn from you. Yeah, it's like, you know, when you see people on social media or like you're flipping through Instagram or something, and then you just see like an influencer or whatever, and it's just so like exactly what they're supposed to be doing. It's like beautiful. You can just see like their whole life is just like aligned with it. You guys are right on that track. I mean, I can't guarantee an outcome, but you guys seem just like, it feels clear, peaceful, grounded, steady, just like good. Yeah, if anything, it's just like accepting that things can be that good for you. That yeah, you did know who you were, and like you have been building this the right way. And yeah, it's really cool. I mean, thank you for letting me scan your energy, because like it's teaching me stuff too. I mean, if there's any little thing, then I would just say like, you know, stay true to that part of you that like lined up with fame in like the right way. You've been doing this the right way since the beginning, where it's just like so congruent, and there's a lot of integrity to the way that you're doing it, which is so cool. Like I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted because I'm like, whoa, that's a cool way to do it. Yeah, the only thing I would just say, like, don't get sucked into that, like the comparison game. A lot of times I'll hear like creators that they go through this time where at first they start their channel or their social media or whatever, and they have a really pure intent, and they're like, I'm going to do this thing, and I just think this thing is cool, and then they start doing it, and then they just share it, and because it's happening naturally for them, and then more people start gravitating, and then it becomes this big thing, and then they always like will talk about this, where like, oh, and then I got to the point where I was just like, oh no, let me optimize every single thumbnail. Let me make sure I do this, and maybe I need to change my editing so that I keep growing. It's just like, you already got the recipe. Like, your recipe works. Like, just do it your way. Don't fall prey to any of those other things. Like, the way you're going about this is so the right way. If you keep doing it in your way, that feels like true and authentic for you, just think of the authority that you're going to have at the end of that. Like, just think of like how inspiring you're going to be. Like, you probably already are super inspiring to a ton of people, because everyone's like starting to understand that this is the energy. Like, the old way of doing fame was there's like a million distortions and all that stuff, but the new way is it's like it's really cool. So you already have that inspiration, you already are generating that authority, but like if you can stay true to your path and you can keep walking that like straight line that you've set for yourself, just think of like how good of an example you can be for like so many other creators and creative people and all that. So I'm not going to change too much in this. I'm just going to like try to like amplify a little bit of what you're already doing. I'm not going to like mess with it. I'm just going to try to like amp up what you're already doing that's working. Okay. So if you'd like that, take a deep breath in through your nose, out through the mouth. Another breath in through the nose. Hold. Release. Go ahead, keep breathing, and then I'll start working on you. Okay. So a couple things I want to tell you. So if the energy that you were just feeling, if you enjoyed that, I was just amplifying who you already are. So earlier today, I did a little bit of work on myself where I was having my future self come and do like energy work on me, just in the present moment. And when I felt my future self just coming and working on Zach in the present moment, I could feel my own like frequency signature. I could feel like this like pervasive safety and like kindness and like gentleness and like excitement and respect. Like all those things that I feel like make up my essence, I could feel myself just like being encased in that, and it was really nice. So if what you were just feeling in the energy healing that we just did was really nice energy, that's you. That's not me. So like that's what your fame is bringing to the world. Oh, gosh, and it's so good too, because you guys aren't doing this to like try to save everything and save everyone. You're just doing this because it's just like authentically your path. So that's so cool. Okay, other thing I wanted to say. My wife and I recently watched the Bob Dylan movie with Timothy Chalamet. Timothy, I don't know. My wife, she got out of it and she's like, wow, he like didn't even know how to sing and became this like world famous singer. What he was really good at doing was he was just really good at writing lyrics that would like touch your heart. And she's like, I could do that. And she's a painter and poet. And after watching the movie, she was inspired. She's like, I really want to write songs. So then she's like, can you help me? And I play guitar. So then I was like, yeah, sure. So we sat down and then she just pulled out her poetry. And then she started plucking this line and that line. I was like, no, here, let's change this. And then I started finding chords to it. In an hour, we wrote a song. And since then, she's just been like so happy and so touched by the purity of her essence is like coming through music. And yeah, that's what you're doing. So thank you so much for being like a template of that inspiration and just being an example. So yeah, if you have any tips, please comment them down below in the comments. We'd love to learn from you. Yeah, and if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up on the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey, Group 5, let's see what's going on for you guys. So with this group, it feels like you don't want to have to deal with like the accountability that comes with it. Then you have like a lot more responsibility that's on your shoulders. That feels stressful when I step into you. You have to deal with jealousy. You have to deal with like more deadlines, more pressure. Yeah. When nobody's watching, you can be like really casual about stuff. You don't have to like treat whatever it is that you're doing like a professional. You guys are going about fame in a little bit of the wrong way, where your template, like the pattern is basically, let me just keep throwing more stuff on my back and like, let me deal with more pressure and handle more weight and handle more responsibility, handle more and more. And you're like doing that to strengthen, but it's too much for you. You're taking everybody else's stuff on as your burden, and that's just too much. Okay, so this is like a hard work pattern, and so you probably grew up in an environment where hard work ethic, that was like ingrained into you. You're probably surrounded by other people that are like all about hard work, and you feel guilty if you're like try to take a nap in the middle of the day. Bet you can't do it without feeling guilty about it. That's probably something you just inherited. I don't know where it came from. I mean, like this one gets echoed into us and pushed into us and conditioned into us through so many different things. Like in school, it's like there's that. You have like a lot of father-son, father-daughter dynamics. There's that. I don't know exactly what it is. It's funny. There's like the term work ethic, but there's not like rest ethic. Like it doesn't feel like it's ethical to rest. That's one example of how it's just baked into society. So anyway, for you guys, you're just trying to like carry that hard work burden pattern into the future of you having fame. So now if you have more people looking at you, you have more responsibilities, more deadlines, you have less freedom, more pressure, more stress. It's already stressful enough as it is. So let's see the way through for you. The new way for you to get fame is not to just keep piling other people's stuff, just like carrying and dragging. Like you're gonna have to let go of like this identity of being a leader, because you doing it that way, it's just going to pile too much pressure and expectations, and like it's just not the right way for you to get that fame. The way that you want to do it is like a more effortless way. So there's this one guy, Mark Rebelais, the way that he has gotten fame, that's the right kind of way to get there. What he did was he would just be in his room and then he would play music just to make himself happy. And then he would just keep playing and keep playing. And then eventually he'd record, and he would just like make stuff up. He could make mistakes. He would say crazy stuff. And then everybody started responding to that energy that he was coming from. Like he constantly is making wrong notes or, wrong lyrics or, whatever by other people's standards, what wrong is. But for him, he's just like so in free self-expression that it's not actually a wrong note. It's actually just a cool note. It's actually just something that's different. He doesn't take on anybody's expectations of how he's supposed to do it and what's the right way to do it. Like he performs wearing like a kimono or like a bathrobe and just like underwear and a watch. That's the right way to do it. I'm not saying you have to be like all eccentric and all that, but he's just not taking on anyone's stuff. And I'm willing to bet that for him, just like the process of making music itself is like therapeutic and fun for him. It's just like inherently rewarding. And that's how you want to approach fame. You don't want to have to be picking it apart and doing all these little things and monitoring everyone's, all that stuff, and then having to like force yourself to work really hard for it. You want it to be like a natural outcome of you just doing the thing that you normally do. So for some of you, if you listen to the energy healing part of this, like you might actually choose, actually I don't want to be famous. And you might like just go down another path that's right for you. So I'm just giving you a heads up so that you don't listen to that if you don't want that. But you'll get more attracted to some other path that's like more congruent with the rest of your patterns, that fits better. Or if you do it, you'll have to like let go of a lot of that like hard work thing, which unfortunately for you is probably going to feel like hard work. It's going to feel like really, really hard work. That's one way in which it could release, because you could release where you just start getting results from you not doing much, and then that short circuits your minds. But for you, if you have hard work and control and sacrifice as like core patterns for you, then the other way for it to release is you're just going to go through like so much more hard work, and it's just going to get to the point where it's unbearable, and then you have to let it go. So those are the two paths. So really think about it before you listen to the energy healing part, because you just need to make that decision from a conscious place. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start working on you, assuming that you do want to like shift these patterns. If you don't listen. But if you're ready, go ahead, take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold. Release. Into the nose. And releasing. You keep breathing, and then I'll just work in silence. Deleting out the patterns of how hard I work is how famous I get, and like replacing that with like me doing my thing, like that leads to fame. Like me following my curiosity, or like what feels good leads to fame. Or anything, but just keep in mind that if you have some like stomach digestion issues, that's connected to this. Like in the same way that if you go on like a cleanse or something and then you detox, you might detox through physical stuff. So yeah, just if you have any stomach stuff, that's part of what coming out of you is. And that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with this. You have your own patterns, and like your patterns will dictate your experience. So if you have like deeply ingrained hard work patterns, it's going to be hard work to release this until you do, and then you can look for new templates and then take those on. Just keep in mind that if you start changing your patterns, whoever or whatever put those there, they might have some objections to you removing and deleting those patterns moving forward. So I'm just being honest with you. It's like that might be some hard work to deal with. But the good part is you'll see it from this different perspective, and you'll just be like, it won't feel like this reward. It won't feel like, oh, this is a great thing. You'll just be like, ugh, God, I'm over this. And you'll let go to the degree which you let this in. I can't force you to do anything. You always have ultimate authority, but that's how this works. Okay, that's going to do it for you today. Thanks for being here, Group 5. I wish you the best. If you have any updates for us as you're releasing this pattern, comment down below. And if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hey, Group 6. So let's see what's going on for you guys. Yeah, it just feels like you guys, it's really tedious getting to fame, and it just seems kind of like annoying. That's so interesting. You're just like, I don't know if it's even worth it. Just like all of the little nitpicky things. Okay, I see. So that's like a mask. So you're just going like, oh, it's just so much trouble. But like there's some stuff underneath it. It's fear of disappointing yourself, fear of disappointing others. It's like imposter syndrome. And then on top of that, there's just like, oh, it's just too hard. It's too, where am I gonna post everything? Do I want to deal with SEO and captions? And like, you're just using that as a way to avoid actually going forward with it because there's deeper imposter syndrome stuff. You guys are just terrified of getting it wrong. It's like if you go and you get famous and then you screw it up, then you're in a worse spot. So then it's like, let's just never really go for it. And then you're masking all that with like, oh, look at all these little details. And I don't know all the details. So it's probably not even worth it. It's like you don't want to get caught trying. Let me tune in and see where this got started. It's different for everybody. But that's the core pattern. All the other things that you get stuck on and that show up, and it's just so you don't have to like actually face the imposter syndrome. Got it. The pain of losing this is worse than you like longing to get it. If you lose it, then it's like, I can't recover from this. I had one client come to me one time, and she had written this best-selling book, and she wanted to write another book, and she was having so much writer's block because she was like, what if I do book 2 and then it flops? When she was writing book 1, she didn't have this expectation. She didn't have this responsibility that she's putting on herself. So she couldn't really lose. All she had was like stuff to gain. But then when she came around to doing the second book, it was like, I don't know. I don't want to screw up. And then that would be worse. So that's what's going on here. You guys are masking it with all the other stuff. But that's really what it is. It's like if you get it, you don't want to lose it, because if you lose it, then it's really bad. So everybody else wants it. That's making it highly coveted, making it so high stakes. And that's what's like leading to a lot of the pressure that you're putting on yourself. You're like just 2 steps ahead where you're like, okay, once I get it, then I better not lose it. And then you're already like in that reality. So that's like one way to get yourself there, to like normalize it, but you're also already defeating yourself from that second place. So we just gotta remove a lot of the pressure here. So it's the same thing as somebody that's getting into fitness. Let's say they have an arbitrary marker and they're like, okay, as soon as I can bench press, 315 pounds, then I've made it. And what happens is you go to the gym, you pick up some of the weights, and since you just started, like you can't do 315 like right away. So you have to just go little by little by little by little. But what you're doing is you're just going, well, I'm a failure, 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 because I'm not hitting 315, rather than focusing on all the little progress that you are making. With this group, you have to change the way that you're looking at fame. So for you, the bench press thing. It could be like number of subscribers, number of followers, number of whatever. For this group, you have to stop viewing it as like a single checkpoint, because as soon as you hit 1 million followers, you're going to want to hit 5 million followers, and then 10, and then it's just like that is going to keep moving. So that the right way for you to relate to it is as like a habit, as like a relationship. The most sustainable way for you to actually get to lifting 315 pounds is for you to just go to the gym consistently, and for you to like fall in love with the process, for you to have like maintain a healthy relationship about it, for you to like take breaks when you need to, and you just stay consistent over time. And you have to do it in a way that is sustainable and works for you. That's how you want to approach building your fame. So instead of weightlifting, you're just focusing on, being more transparent, developing your ability to be perceived by people, becoming more comfortable in the spotlight, stepping into those situations, just pushing yourself just a little bit over a long period of time, little by little by little, and sustaining that. So then that makes it more gradual, which makes it less high stakes, which tones down the pressure for a lot of this stuff. So that's how you want to approach it. Just focus on like the progression. We're going to clear out that. So this is going to remove some of the excitement and also that like dreading self-responsibility that you feel to achieve it, because you're just going to be going step by step, and it's just going to be this thing that you're building. And like, sure, there may be like spikes, and you might have like, I don't know, some of your content go viral, or you might have some big opportunity or whatever, but it's just going to be this thing that you're building little by little. Just one more metaphor. It's like in a relationship, it's like if you go, okay, either I'm in a relationship or I'm not in a relationship. If you view relationships like either I have it or I don't have it, you remove the whole like quality of it. It's more like, okay, in my relationships, how deeply am I connecting with this person? Am I willing to open up? Am I willing to be courageous and like talk about disagreements when we have that? Am I like looking for ways to deepen the connection? And am I growing in that area of life? And that's how you want to approach this. All right, we're going to go ahead and clear the old pattern and install the new pattern. So if you're ready for that, take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold. Release. In through the nose. Hold. Release. All right. Go ahead and keep breathing. Just helping you clear out the pressure and expectations from other people that is going to make you, it will make you crash on this. Like you're going to view that both their excitement and their crushing expectations, that's just like almost irrelevant. go to a really high level of fame, and it's not going to distort you. For this group, you might have other patterns in the way. If you were drawn to any of the other readings, go listen to the other one. Moving forward, what to expect. Let me see. Yeah, like your intentions are going to purify. So if you were pursuing fame in the wrong way, or you were using like faulty fuel to get you there, like pursuing it from an insecure place, now you're going to move to pursuing it from a secure place, and where it's like a congruent desire of yours rather than just like something you're using to patch up other like holes in yourself. So that might mean that you just go, I'm going to go a different direction, or you'll double down, but you'll do it in the right way. You'll start doing it in that sustainable way that I was talking about earlier. Just keep an eye out that other people might be a little weirded out by how you go about this, which is totally fine. It's your path. It's not theirs. Okay, cool. That's going to do it. So if any of the things that I spoke about in today's reading really resonated with you, comment down below. Let other people know what's going on with your journey. I want to know what's going on for you. If you enjoyed the reading, please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time. Later, Group 6.